Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of Easy Buckets. How are you guys doing today? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. In today's video, I got something that I guarantee you guys are going to love, especially if you're a big Phoenix Suns fan. What an amazing run the Phoenix Suns had this season, and just because they played so well this year, I'm changing my background color to purple. Yeah, just for the Phoenix Suns. At the beginning of the year, nobody thought they would go all the way to the NBA Finals, but with Devin Booker and Chris Paul leading this team, I can't believe they went all the way and almost won the championship. Although they lost this year in the finals, I still believe next season they're still going to be competitive, but there's just a couple of moves they must make this offseason to simply keep them in that conversation. So if you're a big Phoenix Suns fan and want to know some offseason moves they must make, you're going to love this. But quickly before I get on with the video, I just want to say if you're new to the channel and you love basketball, welcome to Easy Buckets. My name is Soom and I make basketball videos every single day. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications to not miss any of my upcoming videos. If you watched this video and you loved it, be sure to smash that thumbs up button. I really appreciate it. It would help with the channel a lot. But without wasting any more time, let's talk about the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns were amazing this year, and I still believe their future is going to be amazing. They've already re-signed Devin Booker, they have a good head coach of Monty Williams, and after 28 years of not making the NBA Finals, the Phoenix Suns are in that championship conversation. For this video, I'm going to be talking about the Suns rebuild, talking about their payroll, and must-make moves they have to do in order to stay in that conversation, and more importantly, what's a priority. The first thing I want to talk about is the Suns' current payroll and current players they have on their roster for next year. They have Devin Booker, Deandre Ayden on a one-year deal, Jay Crowder has 2 more years on the contract, Dario Saric, Mikal Bridges, Jalen Smith, their rookie, Cameron Johnson, and Javon Carter. From what it looks like right now, almost half the roster of the Suns are going to come back, and most of them are the important pieces. But when talking about players entering free agency, these are the players that could be leaving. They got Chris Paul on a player option, getting about $44 million. From what we were hearing, Chris Paul could opt out. Then there's E'Twaun Moore, Langston Galloway, Cameron Payne, Frank Kaminsky, Abdel Nader, Torrey Craig, and Tyshawn Alexander. These are the players that could be leaving the Suns this offseason. During this year's free agency, the Suns have some money to spend. Whether it's re-signing a player or signing a new free agent, the Suns have a lot of options, but I do believe there's things they must do before exploring new options. Which now moves me forward to the number one priority I believe the Suns must do this offseason, and that is bringing back Chris Paul, CP3, and this is a must-do. It is not a secret anymore that wherever Chris Paul goes, he brings a non-playoff team into a playoff team. And this year, he brought a non-playoff team last year to the NBA Finals. Even though Chris Paul is 36 years old, his value is so high, and I do believe they must bring him back. His leadership, his NBA experience, and how everybody on the roster respects Chris Paul. They know that with him and Devin Booker, they could simply run it back again, but the question is, what will Chris Paul do? I just said it earlier that Chris Paul will be entering this offseason with a $44 million player option, and from what we were hearing, Chris Paul is going to opt out and wants to sign a long-term deal worth at least $100 million. From what Chris Paul has shown us so far, age is just a number. He's not getting any worse because usually at the age 36 is when an NBA player declines. But as it looks like, Chris Paul is just simply getting better and better, and maybe investing in about 3 more years for Chris Paul could be worth it. The rumor we are hearing is that Chris Paul wants a 3-year, $100 million deal, but on the Suns' perspective, they want to be smart and give him a 2-year, $70 million deal. I do believe the Suns will offer this deal first, but of course, if Chris Paul wants more, a 3-year, $100 million deal would also make sense. Chris Paul's impact on winning is well documented in both statistics and when you actually watch the game. And I believe if Chris Paul can stay healthy, bringing him back is going to be the best thing for the Suns. The second priority on this list is giving Deandre Ayden a contract extension. When talking about this year's NBA playoffs, Deandre Ayden was amazing. He averaged about 16 points per game, 12 rebounds per game, and was simply a big factor of why their defense was elite. Of course, Jay Crowder, Mikal Bridges were great, but Deandre Ayden in the middle, especially playing in his 3rd year in his NBA career, he's just going to keep getting better. And from what the Suns are saying, he is going to be their franchise center. With Deandre Ayden being a double-double threat every single year, Chris Paul needs a center that could listen and develop. And with us seeing so much amazing pick and rolls this season with Chris Paul and Deandre, if the Suns bring back Chris Paul, I'm pretty sure Chris Paul is going to say, keep Deandre Ayden around. A big reason why the Suns were so good this year was because Deandre Ayden was a star in his role. And with Deandre entering his final year on his rookie contract, I do believe the Suns are going to offer him a near max contract extension. This is what we're hearing so far. The next priority on this list is bringing back Mikal Bridges. I also believe this is a must-do. Mikal is the future of the Suns when it comes to their small forward position. He is their 3-and-D player, and with him being 6'6", having the ability to be quick, athletic, and simply having the ability to guard every single position, Mikal is so valuable. This year, his numbers were spectacular as a fourth option on this team. He averaged about 14 points per game, 4.3 rebounds, and when talking about his efficiency, Mikal was amazing. He averaged 54% at the field goal, 43% at the three-point line, and more importantly, 84% at the free throw line. Mikal Bridges is as efficient as it comes. And with Chris Paul, Devin Booker excelling in drive and kicks, Mikal Bridges is one of the perfect players to have on the wing. And with him being so young, the Suns' young core is just going to keep getting better. I don't believe Mikal Bridges is worth a max contract, but maybe a 4-year, $60 million deal wouldn't be a bad idea for his value. The next priority on this list is bringing back Cameron Payne, and I do believe this is a highlight I must point out. When talking about the Suns roster, I know what Devin Booker, Chris Paul, Deandre Ayden's gonna bring, but we never knew what Cameron Payne was gonna bring, and this year, he was spectacular as their backup 6-man point guard. During the playoffs, he exceeded expectations, averaged about 9 points, 2 rebounds and 3 assists, and there were some games when Cameron Payne was a big factor off the bench and was a spark plug of why they won. Last year, Cameron Payne was not even in the NBA. He was in China and in the G League, and I can't believe after 1 year in the NBA, he's showing the world that he's worth a contract and worth a good rotation spot. In my opinion, having Cameron Payne again to be their 6-man point guard is great, and if Chris Paul ultimately leaves, he is a great insurance policy to be their new starting point guard. As we speak, Cameron Payne is one of the best comeback point guards in the NBA, and re-signing him should be a priority for the Suns. And the last thing I believe the Suns must do is explore the free agent market and sign the perfect free agents. I'm going to put a list of players I believe they must target. Of course, Cameron Payne's on this list, I just mentioned it, but with their current backup big man of Dario Saric just suffering an ACL injury, Dario might be missing the rest of next season. And with the Suns needing a backup big, I do believe free agency is going to be a big factor in that. Alongside Cameron Payne, I do believe bringing back Torrey Craig's a good idea, and also targeting players like Frank Kaminsky, maybe Kelly Olynyk, JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard, Nerlens Noel. I believe signing a great defensive big off the bench would help the Suns, because their backcourt is loaded with offense, and of course, if Deandre Ayden gets into foul trouble, the Suns would have a backup option to have a defensive anchor. I do believe the Suns already have great point guards, shooting guards, small forwards, but getting the perfect power forward and center should be their priority if they're exploring the free agency market. So yes guys, this wraps up my video for today, talking about the Phoenix Suns and the perfect offseason moves they must make. What's most important to me is I want to know your thoughts. What do you believe they must do, and what do you believe they have to do? Put your thoughts down in the comments below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!